And welcome to another episode of How Many Contradictions Can Brittany Dawn Make in One Video? Let's get into it. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bethany, and on this channel we talk about the false beliefs taught to women inside the church. So if that is something that you resonate with, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. We are a little over 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I want this to be my full-time job. Go ahead and like this video, share it with a friend, hit that little notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I drop a new video, which should be at least once a week. And come follow me on Instagram and TikTok right over here, and sign up for the Outspoken X Fundy newsletter so you can receive videos 12 to 24 hours early before they go public. Today we are diving into Brittany Dawn's latest YouTube video. She uploaded a video, a Q&A video, a few days ago, and I watched it and I was absolutely astonished of how many contradictions there are between this YouTube video and the stuff that she's putting on Instagram. Before we get into it, everything I say here is all my opinion, and that's just what it is. It's all my opinion. Nothing I say is factual, so whatever. There were several questions that she answered here, so I just picked out the ones that were contradictory to the things that she's been putting on Instagram, and we're gonna dive right on in. Here we go.
Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry if you guys can hear the air fryer going on. I'm doing lots of cooking today. You guys saw my previous vlog. We are now foster parents to a precious little one. That has really thrown us for a loop. I posted on my story the other day that I wanted to do a Q&A. That's what we're here to do today. I haven't even had a chance to go through and actually list out the questions, which I typically do with a Q&A. So we're gonna do this on the fly. Before I start baking, I'm gonna answer a couple of questions. Let's see which one. Scroll.
Scroll past everything that has to do with James and me not giving him the money that I raised for him. Scroll. In my opinion.
This question was probably one of the more asked ones, and I think it's because a lot of people are interested, genuinely interested in jumping into foster care as a foster care parent and learning the gist of everything. Do you choose what ages to take in, or do you take in all ages? When you get into foster care, at least our agency did, and I'm sure a lot of agencies do this, but they will ask you, do you have an age preference? And we felt called to kids under 4. We have a little one right now, but that's not to say we might not get placed with a 3 or 4-year-old next. The goal is always reunification, and I've made that very, very known on my Instagram, on my stories, on my platform. I don't think that people understand that. If you're getting into foster care, you should be doing it for the kids, to provide a safe space, to be that middle ground in a season that's really traumatizing for them, for their birth parents.
Coming from somebody who literally soaks her social media with this child, and in my opinion, speaking as if that child is already yours and it's like just your kid. She put something on, I think, TikTok the other day, and she's learning the hard way, but she has, on a few of her TikToks, she's like doesn't allow people to comment, just because all you see, other than, oh my god, this is so great for you, which is, you know, she deletes a lot of comments, but there are so many that are like, hey, what's the update on James? Where's the $25,000? Speaking of that, and saying things like I've said before, like, why are you monetizing this child on social media? Like, that's wrong. You shouldn't be doing this. Things like that. And so the last few TikToks, she's taken the comments, like, you can't comment on it, which for her sanity, I think is a good idea. But at the same time, like, don't do things that would make people, like, say that. Anyway, whatever. She put a, 2022 is done, now it's 2023, blah, blah. But the reel, it was very, very icky, because, in my opinion, it was icky, because it was, like, her before they got pregnant, her while they were pregnant, showing the ultrasounds, and then And like every TikTok and reel, it talks about the miscarriage, but she like skipped the miscarriage, and then now she has like a baby in her arms. So like from the outside perspective, if you didn't know anything that was going on, you would have thought that was her kid. When I saw that, I was like, ew, that's kind of gross. So somebody who's like, no, reunification is number one. She is really talking about that child as if it is hers, again, in my opinion. And remember everything she's saying right here.
And their families. So if you're getting into it for adoption, that's the wrong reason to get into it, because it's just going to leave you heartbroken a lot, and it's still going to hurt. I feel like I'm constantly waiting on edge for a phone call. But do you choose what ages to take in, or do you take all ages? You can take all ages. We are just doing little ones, infants, kids, toddlers, that kind of thing. We just felt really called to that, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is such a need for foster parents in every age range. Is foster parenting just temporary? So awesome y'all are doing it. Just curious. Yes, foster parenting is temporary. There is the foster to adopt option, which we are open to adoption, but we didn't get in it to adopt. Again, like I said in the first question, if you are getting into foster care to adopt, you are going to be so heartbroken. I personally feel like that's the wrong reason to be in foster care. We are simply in foster care because the Lord asked us to, and we know that we have a safe home that can provide a safe place for these children in the meantime, and the temporary and the in-between of getting them back with their parents and reconciliation. Next question.
Remember the part that she said, foster to adopt, I don't think this is the right thing to do? She posted July 18, 2022, a secret we've been keeping the last 4 months. We are becoming foster parents. We are stepping into the foster to adopt program in just a few short months. The biggest blessing of an open door we've ever walked through. We can't wait to see what the Lord has in store. So now foster to adopt is not the reason for you to foster, because that's literally why you said you started.
What church do y'all go to? We currently go to the House Fort Worth. We absolutely love it. No, we do not attend Mercy Culture anymore, and that is all I'll talk about. That is all I'll say.
This is my opinion. Mercy Culture was the church that her and her husband Jordan were going to when they found James. And if you are not familiar with James, I'm going to do another video on this man. Little backstory. This man walked in their church to tithe his last 15 cents, and they felt the need to go find him and started GoFundMe and, house him and clothe him. And that GoFundMe, they ended up raising $25,000. And one of the questions on her Instagram was, are you going to use that $25,000 to take him to rehab? And she said, yes, he'll get every penny. This money is for rehab. Well, come to find out that the rehab discipleship program that they took him to in Ohio was a free rehab facility. So I'm diving further into that in an upcoming video, so stay tuned to that. But his name is James. So when we talk about, other creators, myself, whatever, we talk about James, that's who I'm referring to. So they met James, they helped James with some of the people they went to church with at Mercy Culture. So I'm wondering if, which is a speculation, because I don't know for sure, but I'm wondering if her not going to this church anymore has anything to do with James. Let me know your thoughts below. I would love to read your commentary.
I've been getting that question a lot, and I have nothing bad to say about Mercy Culture. It just isn't the church for us anymore. And so we are at the House Fort Worth. It's amazing. We love it. Holy Spirit filled. Pastor Micah is incredible. Pastor Lindsay's incredible. We just love it, and we feel at home there. How are your sister and nephew? I feel like we never hear about them anymore. They're doing good. They're doing really good. Just because I don't post about family doesn't mean that they're not in my life, not in our life. There is a balance between what you should post and what you shouldn't post, and I truly believe that people online sometimes feel obligated to know every aspect of an influencer's life or a content creator's life. We have rights to privacy just like anyone else does, and so just because I'm not...
You have a right to privacy, and guess who also has a right to privacy? The baby that you are putting all over social media. And let's not forget, you also put this poor baby's medical state on your Instagram stories and actually put it in your damn highlights. And you were talking about the mom also in this Instagram story. So don't, like, let's not even, well, you know, I deserve privacy too. I deserve this too. Sure, you're not wrong. You don't have to put everything on social media, but like you do. Like, you have talked about the miscarriage that you had, so much so that you're recording yourself freaking crying in a Hobby Lobby, which we talked about last week. But you do that. You choose to do that. You put yourself all over social media. So you don't necessarily even have a right to say, well, influencers don't have to talk about yada, 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 because, you know, we have privacy too. You're not showing anybody that you even respect your privacy or your husband's privacy, and especially the baby's privacy and the biological mom's privacy, because you have just flashed their medical shit all over social media. So what you're saying does not even stand. And when I heard this, I was like, are you kidding me? Because everything that she does, I don't want to say, okay, everything that she does, but a lot of things that she has been doing with this foster kid is an invasion of this baby's privacy. Even though this baby can't speak and consent and blah, blah, like, you don't air out what the kid's going through.
Posting someone just because I'm not talking about them on my stories as much anymore.
It's very interesting because she corrects herself over and over and over in this video. When she says she says, well, I wish, I want, with my feelings, but then she corrects it with, well, we were pregnant, our feelings, what we're going through. So her immediate response is saying and that's very interesting.
Doesn't mean anything. Okay, the next question. How do you deal with people bringing up your past when you've made a complete 180? Honestly, I don't. I just don't, like, it doesn't bother me. The Lord truly protects me and shields me every single day. Just the armor.
It doesn't bother you that people are bringing up your past, then why do you take your comments off? Why do you delete your comments and or just not allow people to comment in general? If it's not bothersome and I don't really care, then why do that?
Of God is incredible. Right? I know. If people are so stuck in my past, which is now 4 to 6 years ago, then that says way more about them than it says about me.
But it doesn't, though, because there was no reconciliation, there was no closing of the door, there was no legit apology saying, you know what, I f***ed up, that was my fault, and let me do good for the people that I screwed over. And it's not just 4 to 6 years ago. It is literally the scam of the fitness industry. That was 4 to 6 years ago, which is still going on because you're literally getting sued by the state of Texas because of how much of a big deal it is. It's that, and it's the James issue where nobody knows where that money went. That's a big freaking deal. That was less than 4 to 6 years ago. That was last year, I do believe. So it's not just 4 to 6 years ago. It is like boom, boom, boom. So many different controversial things that she is involved with that it's like, oh, they're just stuck in the past. Yeah, I have women in my comments who are saying, hey, thank you for bringing awareness to this, because I was one that got scammed from the fitness industry, from Brittany Dawn, when she was scamming thousands of people. I was one of those people who didn't get their program or didn't get their money back or whatever. So yeah, people are bringing it up because A, you're getting sued by Texas, and B, because there are still hurt feelings. There's still so many things. And then the apology video that she did put on YouTube, she freaking deleted anyway. So it's like, okay, what do you do? And it makes me wonder, now that I say it out loud, I wonder if she had already hired an attorney and they're like, no, you need to take it down because now it looks like you were actually wrong. Like, you did something wrong. So maybe that's why she took it down. But no, like, she did royally up. There's no excuse for that. Like I've said in multiple videos in the past, that I have done online training. I have given clients online training programs. No, did I have a slew of clients like she did? No. But I also haven't scammed people either. If there are too many clientele, if there are too many people who want to work with me, if there are too many people who want to work with, a certain business, you say, hey, I am closing the doors for right now, but I will reopen. That is just what you do. Like, it is not hard to not scam people. It is not hard to be a morally, ethically sound person. That's not hard. It's not. But when she just, it says a lot more about them than it does. No. Like, sure, I agree with you. If she had said, you know what, I wronged a lot of people, it was my fault, and I'm going to make this right. I'm going to make it right, and I do sincerely apologize. Sure, if we were out here talking shit about Brittany Dawn when she faced it and she said, I f***ed up, and, like, I'll make it right, sure. Like, says a lot about us because we're digging in our past. But she did nothing. She is doing nothing. There was no settlement made. There's no, like, I'm guilty. Like, just, whatever, find me. It's like, no, I didn't do it. Like, nothing makes sense. And if you haven't seen that court case, I'll tag it in the description box below, because she goes back to court in February, and I did a video of the court case, like the most recent court case. I did a video on that. But this is what people do when they're like, well, let's just look at you instead of looking at me. Instead of me looking in the mirror, it's y'all's fault, and it's not my fault. No.
We'll have permission to grow. We have permission to learn, to move forward, to change, to alter, to encounter the Lord. We have permission to do that and let the Lord radically change our hearts as He does.
Okay, so when I first saw this is so interesting to me. So I've been watching interrogations on YouTube of people who've, murdered other people, and their interrogations from the FBI, from police, whatever. And what I've learned watching this is, if there is an inflection, like a higher pitch, like what she just did, we can encounter the Lord. We can that tells the person receiving the information that either it's deceptive or this person is questioning what they're saying. So if I'm saying, like, well, you can question the Lord, or you can encounter the Lord and you can pray about it, you're already, like, unconsciously questioning what you're saying, and or you, like, are not sure about it, or you're being completely deceptive. When I heard this and she was like, question or encounter the Lord, I'm like, that's very interesting that she is, like, going up in her pitch, in her voice, because that's what it means. Interesting.
He is the Savior, the Messiah, the one and only, and He did that for me. We are interested in fostering. Would you mind sharing the process for getting started? Yeah, happy to. So I kind of shared this on my Instagram the other day. The best piece of advice I could give you is, if you're looking to start foster care, get plugged into foster care, then I would recommend searching for agencies. If you want a Christian,
I wish you would specifically talk about the agency and or the kind of agency that she is working with, using, whatever. Because just like so many of, like, TikTok comments, Instagram comments, YouTube comments are saying, how in the world did they become foster parents? And I don't know. I honestly don't know, other than through their church, through a Christian organization, which I think I'm really leaning towards that, and I really think, and I also believe that she's not coming out specifically and saying it because she knows that's a consistent question as to which, like, how did you become a foster parent? Like a legit question, like, hey, this is your husband's past, this is your past, this is your present, you're being sued by the state of Texas, like, how in the world? But she never covers that.
an agency, search for that. If you want just an all-around agency, search for that. Do your research, read reviews. There's definitely incredible agencies out there, and I'm sure that there's really not so great agencies out there. Do your research. If you know people that are foster parents, ask them, get their input, because they've been walking this journey already. Once you find an agency that you would like to work with, they typically have like an introductory, or like, hey, this is who we are, this is what we do, this is what foster care is. Ask questions. Like, we asked a lot of questions and they answered every single one. They answered it with a smile on their face. They weren't annoyed by our questions. They were very adamant about making sure all of our questions were answered. And so those were all really good signs that, like, okay, this is a good fit for us. And then once you get plugged in, it's really like just doing a lot of work. That's kind of the process. That's what it looks like. And I'm so thankful that we did it, because I've loved every second of it. I literally have loved every second of it, and I would highly recommend it.
I think it's very strange that she says, I would highly recommend it. Just like, that's like me saying, oh, hey, this is my hydro jug. You can have a tumbler top to this, and it also has a shaker cup top, and it's also in this lovely cow print, which is my favorite thing in the whole world. And you can put it in your cup holder, and it holds about 25 ounces of water. I would highly recommend you getting a hydro jug. There is a difference between me saying, hey, I would recommend you doing this, you purchasing one of these, and then saying, I highly recommend you to be a foster parent. You know what I mean? Like, there's such a different energy to it. And I thought that was very strange. Let me know in the comments below if you thought the same thing.
Important advice, tips so far. Currently 23 weeks pregnant. I am not even going to act like I know what I'm doing, you guys. And we have an incredible community around us. Our agency is amazing. The CPS workers are amazing. Like, we feel so covered. But I'm not even going to get on here and give my advice, because... Listen.
I put on my Instagram stories, I shared this other day in my Instagram stories. It is like, in my opinion, it is like Brittany Dawn on her different social medias are different people, because let me show you this.
Welcome to parenthood. I was today years old when I learned that there is a line on the front of the diaper that turns blue when the diaper is soiled, while simultaneously also learning that just because you take their diaper off doesn't mean they're done doing their business. Yeah. And that it can get all over you. Like, all over you. So if you're gonna be a mom, or you want to be a mom, I hope that my new parent tip of the day saves your day from a little bit of chaos. Cheers.
How is that not giving your advice? You know what I mean? Like, for the short clips of, well, this is my tip of the day and parenthood, and just like it looks so, in my opinion, looks so fake to me. And her saying cheers after freaking TikToks, it's so obnoxious. Like, are you British? Like, what are you doing? And it's so interesting to me that on YouTube she's like, oh, I'm not gonna give it. Like, this seems more real to me. Like, I am not giving my advice. I don't know shit about, like, I don't know literally anything about parenthood, which respect, dude. Like, if you can't give your advice, don't do it. But it's like, you're putting out content that's literally your advice for foster parents, or like parents in general. Like, which is it? I've only been doing this for like not even 2 weeks at this point. We've only been doing this for not even 2 weeks at this point. So it's just like, yeah, this isn't my thing. 5 years down the road, maybe. Like, when we've raised a few children, hopefully children of our own, and fostered other children as well, like, that'll be different. But right now we're just getting our feet wet. It blows my mind that it's already almost been 2 weeks that we've had a foster care placement. I'm just like time needs to slow down. So no advice, actually. I really wish that there was some law, some regulation, some friggin' rule that states that, not that influencers or content creators can't have foster kids, because that's not very fair, because that's a job, but there are more regulations if you're a content creator, of putting your kids on social media, of talking incessantly about the children in your home. Like, that shouldn't be okay. that shouldn't be okay at all. Because what's going to happen years down the road, are you going to delete this YouTube video when the kid's like 14, 15 or 18? They're like, that's me, I don't want that on there. Like, what are you going to do? It's so unfair to the freaking kid. It's so unfair to the kid and the mom. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. I thought this video was very, very interesting because of the amount of contradictions that she has in it, to saying, hey, there's a balance between what you put on social media and what you don't put on social media. It's like, dude, you have literally pinned your miscarriage TikToks and Instagram reels on your profiles on social media. You've literally pinned it. Like, where are we drawing the line on what you should and should not put on social media? Because I think you done crossed the damn line, Brittany. I will be having a video coming out soon about James and all of the new information I have on what he's doing and the $25,000 and just the shit show that is. Okay. Again, let me know your thoughts down below. I appreciate you so, so much. Always remember that you're a fierce and powerful motherfucking woman. And share this video with a friend. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.